Hello, hello, welcome back to Road Tripping with Rachel. It is Vlogmas Day 7. We are going to get some Christmas gifts wrapped today. Now, I have most of these already boxed up, mainly because these are gifts for my family. So my mother and sister do watch my channel, so theirs are most definitely boxed up. My dad and brother-in-law do not, so Travis and Dad, if you actually do watch this, please don't. Or at least get off at this point. I'm done at the beginning of December. And gifts are wrapped and they will be under the tree or beside the tree in this case. But I also wanted to just chit chat about like my philosophy towards like gift buying and like how I enjoy having fun with it and what I enjoy doing. So just first things first, my sister loves to give me a hard time normally about like my wrapping. One, please do not judge my wrapping ability, okay? Like, I am terrible at it. I fully know this. I don't need any comments telling me that I am bad at wrapping gifts. I know this. I fully embrace the concept of the bag. However, I have family members who absolutely love being able to open things on Christmas morning. So once a year, I suffer through wrapping. And I did one time, I did all bags, and my sister has never let me forget it. Sarah, you can go on ahead and comment if you really want to. Check it out! I bought actual wrapping paper. Actual paper. And not just one, I've got 2 rolls, and they sort of go together. So, there you go. Wrapped gifts in Christmas paper this year. So, we are making moves. And sorry, Sarah, you will get a bag. You will get a bag because what I bought you is going to be really awkward to wrap. So you are going to get one bag, but you will also have something to unwrap on Christmas morning, okay? But I did want to share what I got my dad and my brother-in-law. So for my brother-in-law, he loves board games. He's actually working on one, which I'm not sponsored, so I really can't talk about it. But it looks like it's going to be really cool once the launch is totally and completely official and like all the merch is ready to go. But I thought this would be a fun game for him and my sister to do like on game nights. I've already told my sister I bought this for him, so it's not a surprise. Ooh, and you can see my ring light. But it's called Hive. It's a 2-person game. I got them the extension pack because my brother-in-law is one of those people. My dad also really enjoys like antiques, much like I do. He is a little bit more like collecting more of like, little bit more, I wouldn't call it tchotchke, but he does like more of, ooh, sorry about the bubble. He does like more of like the collectible things. So I actually found this for him actually quite a while ago. So it's a brass toy. My mother does know about this, so Mom, don't tell Dad. But I found that for him months ago. We'll get into my philosophy about gift buying here later. And then we live in the area that both of my parents grew up in. Oh, and I still have the string. I get a hard time about the strings on things. So let's go ahead and get rid of the string. My dad grew up in the area where I live at and graduated from Fox High School. And so I was wandering around one day and found a vintage gym bag. So now I know it's a little weird, but I was like, this is so cool. So I found this and I'm like, oh, that would be great for Dad. And my dad actually works for the school district. So I thought it would be really cool for him to have a bag that would have been made like when he was in high school. So that is what I got my dad and my brother-in-law for Christmas. But Dad's gift, just to make it easier, I'm putting it in a tin I purchased from IKEA. And while I'm doing that, I am watching Gene Stouffer for The Established Home. I love it, by the way. I have the sound off though, so you won't hear it while I'm filming. But yes, indeed. So we're gonna go ahead. We are gonna get started on wrapping a few gifts.
Okay, you know what? Reds.
Aha, first one done. But, works, that works. Does anyone else know how like you're supposed to get things like super tight? I've never been able to figure out how in the world we're supposed to get things like super tight whenever it comes to the packaging. I just don't understand it. Okay, so while I'm working on getting the gifts I showed you wrapped, so like this is just my general philosophy towards like gift shopping. As I have got older, yeah, there are things I want, and like if I'm asked like what would I like for Christmas, like I'm fairly specific with it, or at least like I give a general enough idea that like if I don't get it, like I'm not going to be heartbroken. So, but the older I have gotten, the more I am much more about like experiences and like trying to find things that would be like fun to do like as a family, or like in the case of like my parents and my sister and brother-in-law, like more like experiences or something they can appreciate together. Now, like sometimes like with my sibling especially, like I will most definitely get her gifts that are like meant to be jokes. I am not someone who waits until the last minute to go gift shopping. For those of you who don't know, I live in Missouri. Missouri has this wonderful thing called personal property taxes. I want to spread out my expenses throughout the year. So I actually bought my first Christmas gift in May. I'm one of those people. So my general thought with it though is that by intentionally purchasing things like throughout the year, by the time I make it to Christmas, like I'm not like racking up like a credit card. I'm not wondering like, oh, how am I going to afford this or da 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 da. I look for things throughout the year and make notes about the things that people like and the things that people enjoy, and then that is then what I purchase. So like as I find them. And it just, for me, it makes things just so much easier to be able to turn around and be like, oh yeah, like I have these things and they are already like all put away and ready to go. I'm just waiting for it to be an appropriate amount of time for me to start wrapping them and then like adding to it. So I do operate on a budget as far as my gifts go. I don't spend a ton of money on gifts. Like occasionally I do have to tell a family member like, you really don't want to buy that. So, and that leads to the other thing. Like I don't purchase clothing for anybody. If I do anything in that realm, like we're just getting them like a gift card. So like most of the stuff that I do purchase, like they're going to be things that like they're not going to be returning, or they'll be able to appreciate them. Like I know my sister's not going to return anything that I got her. Likewise, I know that my brother-in-law is going to appreciate the game I got him because it's going to be something that he's going to be able to do with my sister. Like it'll be a fun date night activity for them to be able to do. I don't have any worries about them like needing to make returns. Okay, now we're working on little sister Sarah's gift, which I actually got these boxes through my job. So, ta-da! So we are gonna have to probably, I don't think this is it's not gonna wrap around all day. Neither my sister's nor my mother's. So that is okay. We will just have to make it look as pretty as possible. So just be aware of that, Mom and Sarah, because I know you're watching this. That I am going to do my very, very best to make this look pretty for you. I love you. But it's not going to be great, okay? Just know that. But that is how I operate with my Christmas gifts. So that is how it's the beginning of December and I'm already finished. I purchased things, let's see. Got mom and dad stuff in August. Or I finished dad in August. I got dad's first gift in May. Mom, I got in August. My sister, I got in July. And then my brother-in-law, I actually finished in September, and I picked up a little. Because of what I got my sister originally, I was like, yeah, we should probably get something that's going to be useful to her. Not just the fun things. So I got her something that's going to be a little bit more useful for her. And I picked that up here later, but that is what is currently in the bag. It's your useful gift, Sarah, okay? And whenever you arrive at mom and dad's on Christmas Eve or whenever it is that you're going to come in, please do not shake the package. Because I know how you are. Don't shake the package. But that is kind of what my thoughts are on Christmas gift giving. But I like to also, I enjoy experiences. So last year I did try to do that for my parents and purchase them an experience. But things just got messed up. It didn't work out quite the way I had planned on it working. But that is in general my philosophy on Christmas shopping. So it'd be fun to hear your guys's philosophy, okay, this isn't looking too bad, Sarah, just so you know. I think your gift is gonna be lovely. But that is just in general how I like to operate. I think I picked this up more from my parents, because I know my parents have found things before pretty early on in the year and have purchased them for me. And then, overall, it becomes oh yeah, hey, I really like this, or I really like that. And then, look, they found it. Although I will say, the drawback to what I do, where I get stuff so early, is that occasionally it might get misplaced. Now, I don't know that from my own experience. Let's just say I have had some Christmas gifts in my life make an appearance the following June when my parents clean and they find a gift that they had hidden. Not that I'm giving you a hard time, Mother, but I'm giving you a hard time, Mother. I'm just saying, be careful about that. If you're going to purchase, super early the way I do, just be aware, you need to remember where you actually put the gifts. Because if you're not, then, yeah, your kids end up getting very late Christmas gifts. I think that's happened to me at least twice. At least twice that I remember. And my mother has said that no, it's actually happened more than twice. It's just I don't remember it having happened. So I'm okay. It does happen. And so you just want to make sure that you remember where you put things. I tend to hide stuff in my closet, which is perfectly acceptable and all right. Ooh, hit my tree. But yeah, so I'm just going to get started. I'm going to wrap my mom's gift now and enjoy my somewhat adult beverage and watch some TV while I get this finished. And then that'll be just kind of it for the day. I know watching me wrap gifts really isn't all that exciting, but it's something I actually needed to get done. And I hope that you are enjoying Vlogmas so far, that you're enjoying the Christ in the Carol series. I've had so much fun putting those together, and then tomorrow you should be able to see the next video that is meant for Advent. So I hope that you're enjoying the Advent as well. But if you enjoyed these, make sure you like and subscribe. That way this content is able to get out to other people. Granted, I know this one's a little bit more on the boring side, but I have a lot of other activities planned for the month of December, and I can't wait. It's going to be so much fun. So I will see you guys all tomorrow. Bye, and Merry Christmas.